What's up YouTube? Capital G here. Got a couple of super quick but entertaining duels for you guys to check out. These duels are going to be a blast. Well, this first one will be for one of these players. We got Shadows down at the bottom, an archetype that, as I record this video, seems to be going through the roof in terms of hype. They win the, the European Card Market Series event, and then everybody is just kind of hyped up on them, and then the Shadow structure that comes out, which gives even more hype to the players. Anyways, he's going to be dueling against Warrior.deck, or as I like to call these decks, basically just ISO Turbo. But this one is going to have a little spice because he does some crazy stuff. Now, the thing is, he's going to just hard fusion in his first turn. He is going to go for the new Shadow Fusion monster. Interesting. I think Winda, honestly, I think that Winda just is better at controlling the game than this card. I don't think that this board is bad, though. You can look at this board and you can say, oh, Cap, where's all the disruption? But when you really think about it, people don't know how to really deal with face down monsters in Yu-Gi-Oh! We haven't really been setting monsters since like 2015 when Shadows first came out, and then before that with like Geargius. So, things like Kaiju's, Lightning Storm wouldn't really do much to this board. I think this board's actually a little better than people might think. Plus, he has a, Effect Veiler to defend himself. We'll see what his opponent's going to do. As I told you before, it's ISO Turbo, so get to ISO it as quickly as possible. He's able to do that without using the normal summon, and then the Effect Failure is going to hit the ISO'd. Now, unfortunately, ISO'd can still pay the cost, and that means he can send all of these cards to the graveyard. Usually that wouldn't matter, but in this duel, it's going to make a huge difference. His opponent is going to summon Jump Forward, then going to activate Double Summon so that he can Tribute Summon this big boy right here, Guilford the Lightning. Look at that attack point. His attack points are over 8,000, so you're like, uh-oh, he can do some damage, but actually, he can do more damage than you think. He's going to activate the Bamboo Sword, or that's the Cursed Bamboo Sword, by bouncing the Broken Bamboo Sword to his hand. Now this 8,000 plus attack monster can actually attack directly. This is such a shame. My man has 4 cards on field, and he's going to get one shot. Rest in pepperonis. That is why, I guess you gotta save the Effect Veiler, right? You gotta save the Effect Veiler for your opponent's random Guilford the Legend in 2020. Anyways, that duel is over. We're going to go to the next duel. Next duel is going to be Assault Mode versus Galaxy. This is MR5, which, by the time you guys see this video, will be just a couple of weeks from MR5. He is going to get the easy one, or it's basically like a 1-card summon of Stardust Assault Mode, by the way of the Cyber Reflector and all that good stuff. He shotguns it, which I definitely agree with. Don't get caught with your pants down. Have your opponent end up using something to snipe it out. He is actually, now this is interesting, he's going to trade in his Stardust Assault Mode for, and I believe that this is Assault Mode, this is a TG. This is TG Halberd Cannon. Yeah, that's what I thought. TG Halberd Cannon Assault Mode. That's a long-ass name, by the way. I'm not the biggest fan of this card. I think these came out in Dart and Neo Storm. It's okay. It can stop an Inherent Summon. But honestly, I just kind of like Stardust more. Now, he did stop his opponent's rank 8. Unfortunately, his opponent doesn't seem to care because he's just going to push through. He's going to end up popping that Halberd Cannon, and then he's going to end up dropping, I think, a couple more Sea Monsters. So he didn't really care about that. He's not able to end up closing the game out, leaving his opponent with 1,000 life points. Actually, looks like he didn't go with another XC. He did. No, he is going to go with another XC. He's going to go with a Link first. His opponent drops Phantasme, more XC Monsters hitting the field. He's going to activate Cypher Blade Dragon to potentially pop Phantasme, but his opponent's going to use Phantasme to negate, and he's going to get protection from Return of the Dragon Lord. So really neither player lost out on anything. I guess he lost a card from his hand, but really not that big of a deal. This is where the spice kicks in. I like this. After he attacks, he's actually going to go for the Assault Sniper, bring out another Cyber Reflector, which again is kind of a 1-card Assault Mode monster, but he's going to bring out an Assault Mode monster I personally have never seen hit the field, and that is my good friend Assault Mode, or Arcanite Magician Assault Mode. I've seen, obviously, Arcanite Magician. If you guys know anything about like when Crimson Crisis came out, this card was amazing in that set, and it was so good. I need to do a Yu-Gi-Oh! Story around that, that time. That was such an interesting time. but I've never seen someone go into the assault mode version of Arcanite Magician. Sometimes I almost forget that it exists because people generally will play the Stardust Dragon or the Red Dragon Archfiend. He did pop his opponent 6C monster. That was unfortunate, but yep, gonna see the Arcanite Magician assault mode actually hit the field, and his opponent looks like he can still mount him, but when he tries to go for that big rank 8 Xyz, the one that requires 3, this is the cover card of Galactic Overlord, Galactic Overlord, if I'm not mistaken. He can simply activate his counter trap, the assault counter, which is basically Infernity Barrier if you control an assault mode monster, and that's basically the end of the game. He could probably drop one more assault mode monster if he wanted to, but he has enough damage to just kill his opponent. Not to mention he has Monster Reborn, which he could technically use to bring back his Stardust assault mode. But yeah, definitely a duel that's there's a little back and forth there. I still don't like some of the cards from Dark Neostorm when it comes to like assault mode. I think some of them were good, but you know, some of the other ones where you're like giving up one of your assault mode monsters to summon another one, probably not the greatest thing, but hey, it worked out in that duel. Anyways, if you guys did enjoy the short duels, give the video a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.